Okay then, this is Rallisport Challenge on the original Xbox. The reason I'm playing this really is out of, well, just an accident. I bought what I thought was the second game from our local computer exchange, because I've never played that one before, and I thought I'll give it a try. And they put the wrong version of the game in the box, so I've got the original one. And I stuck it on and still can't drive it that well. It reminded me that this was the first game that I ever played on the original Xbox back in the day, sort of 10 years ago. And I remember seeing it at the time and thinking, wow, this looks amazing. I really want one of those new-fangled Xboxes. And I had a Dreamcast at the time, and I was a student, and I spent a lot of my student allowance for that month and lived off beans. But it was worth it. And even now, this has been played on an Xbox 360, so the resolution's a little bit higher, but it looks brilliant. I think if I'd have bought an original 360 game and it looked like this, I wouldn't be disappointed. I think, well, personally, I think even though this is a Rallisport game, its rally mode, I think, is better than a lot of the recent Colin McRae games. I think the ones on the Xbox and PlayStation 2 were pretty good, but the ones on the 360 I wasn't that impressed with. But I think that this game really got the balance right between the rallying and more of an arcadey style, so perhaps maybe you could see this as a spiritual successor to Sega Rally. I wasn't really a fan of the second game on the Dreamcast. The frame rate was a bit all over the place, and there were a few things that I thought were not as good with the second one, but this is just brilliant. I think it's a case where, I've probably said this before, using Quake 2 as an example, if you see a game on a CRT telly or an older telly on a low resolution, it can sometimes look better than if you play it in high resolution, because it shows off some of the plainness in the graphics. And I think this is happening here, but not too much. It still looks impressive. The number of hours I must have put into this game, I remember getting rid of it because I just played it to death. But I think that it's still a challenge even now. Ooh, no, stay on the track. Stay on the track. Not sure where the other car... Wow, I'm leaving them for dust. This can't be right. I'm actually playing quite well on a racing game for once. Yeah, you've got your typical views. I tend to drive as an Evo 6. Is it Evo 5 on this game? Oh, I can't remember. Could even be an Evo 4, but I just like the way the cars drive. Whoa, yes. Right, I'll give it one more go. This is the safari track. Get out of the way. Shoo. Out. Get out of the way. Yeah, I don't know how I managed to survive that one. Oh, hang on. Oh, where am I going? Oh, it's straight. Okay. Oh, they're gaining on me. They're gaining. Oh, I'm still not doing too well. I should have been going a bit faster. It says I'm on red with time. I don't quite get that, because even though this is on the rallying mode, I'm racing against other cars. Oh, crap. Oh, get back on the track. Yeah, so I'm racing against other cars, and I'm in front of them all, but it said that I'm not making good progress. Anyway. Ooh, flying cars. Ah, there's a Scooby-Doo there. Out my way. Out. Get. Don't flash you. This is road rage. Yeah. Don't flash your red lights at me. I don't remember this game being quite so forgiving. But I think the later Dirt games, I wouldn't say cheap in the way that they play, but there are some corners that you've got to do absolutely perfect on to get a decent time. And I think this is why they've had to go for that flashback thing, where you can flash back like 10 seconds or 5 seconds and correct what you've done, and that it does suggest that there's something wrong in the game design there. I mean, games in the past didn't really suffer from that. Not that I'm saying that they're bad games. I think they're good. They are good games, but I just don't. They don't quite work for me. But this does. And now I really want to play the second game. I'll see if I can get hold of that somewhere, and the one that is the game and not the first one but in the box of the second. So yeah, I think this is the first time that I've looked at an original Xbox game, and my original Xbox, well, the optical drive died years ago, and I've always been a bit reluctant to play games on the 360 for the limited compatibility and not always great performance, but this plays perfect. So I might give my original Xbox catalogue another look in. So if you really like rallying games and you fancy really just a game that sits somewhere between your PlayStation 2 style and your modern games, this might be up your street. It's really very similar to Sega Rally in the way that it plays, and I think if you're not a fan of the original Colin McRae style rally games like on the PlayStation, but you want something that's a bit more realistic than some of the more arcade games, or arcade style games, then I think you might enjoy this. Wow, that was a good crash. Anyway, thank you for watching.